Let's talk about a raise.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. Best part is, it keeps coming till you say when. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
The new series, Son of a Critch, premieres Monday, July 24th on the CW.
Now at 10, the Supreme Court delivers a landmark ruling against affirmative action, striking down admission policies that take race into account, what it means, plus reaction.
Plus, a woman is hospitalized tonight after being stung more than 100 times by a swarm of aggressive bees. A firefighter who tried to help her is also rushed to the hospital.
And he lives here in Los Angeles and decided to attend grad school at UC Berkeley. But he refused to move, so he commuted to class by airplane. How he did it and why, now on the news at 10. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Cher Calvin. In an historic ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court has upended the way the nation's colleges and universities have selected students for admission for decades.
The schools may no longer use race as a factor when considering which students to admit. Writing for the majority in the 6-3 ruling, Chief Justice John Roberts said students must be treated based on their experiences as an individual, not on the basis of race.
The court's 3 liberals dissented, saying systemic racism still exists in America. KTLA's John Finolio joins us in studio.
Colleges are able to attract a diverse student body. It can also have other implications, including effects on financial aid. Supporters of affirmative action say the policies were meant to level the playing field for Black and Latino students who have been historically disenfranchised and will now be impacted most.
Our unity is our strength. Diversity is our power.
A landmark ruling from a deeply divided Supreme Court, striking down affirmative action and prohibiting colleges and universities from considering race when admitting students.
Discrimination still exists in America. Today's decision does not change that.
President Biden slamming the high court's 6-3 conservative majority decision.
We have benefited by opening the doors of opportunity just a little bit wider to include those who've been left behind. I believe our colleges are stronger when they're racially diverse.
Chief Justice John Roberts, writing for the majority, saying that affirmative action policies unavoidably employ race in a negative manner and involve racial stereotyping. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, joined by the court's 2 other liberal justices, issuing a critical dissent. Writing the majority's decision rolls back decades of precedent and monumentous progress. At issue, the admissions policies of both Harvard University and the University of North Carolina, both of which give some extra consideration to underrepresented applicants such as Black and Latino students, but only after vetting their qualifications. The court siding with the conservative group Students for Fair Admissions, which argued that the university's policies discriminated against white and Asian American applicants.
Affirmative action is a well-intentioned idea that is poorly executed in reality. It is my hope to see a renewed college admission system that recognizes and rewards the multifaceted talents and diverse perspective that each individual can bring to the table.
The ruling overturns decades of precedent that benefited minority students. California already banned affirmative action in public schools in 1996, but today's ruling will affect private colleges and universities in the state and across the country.
In California, I think it's going to cause a dramatic decrease in the number of Latinos and African Americans represented at elite institutions like USC, Stanford, places like that. At Berkeley and UCLA, things will largely be the same.
The court's decision setting in on campuses nationwide.
I'm infuriated and speechless. This is just racism. It's just racism with a very thin veil.
Tomorrow, the court will rule on 2 challenges to President Joe Biden's college debt forgiveness program. We'll bring you details right here on KTLA. Back to you.
John, thank you. Now to breaking news in Van Nuys, where 5 people, including a 3-year-old child, are hurt in a violent crash.
Gil Lavis overhead in Sky 5. Gil?
Sharon, Micah, this accident happened right after 9:30.